Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com. I'm doing another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending November 27th, 2011. And I hope you all had an awesome Thanksgiving, and I'm actually back in New Jersey for a bit with my family. By the way, as you can see from the video playing in the background, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at this week has to do with Rosh Online. Not Roshan from Dota, but the return of Karos. And the news is that Ignited Games officially announced the title on November 21st. And in case you couldn't tell, Rosh Online, the return of Karos, is the same exact game as Karos Online from NHN, except that it's being published by a company called Ignited Games. Now, the only difference between this and the global version from NHN is that this version of the game is supposedly more updated, but we'll see if that's true or not when the game actually launches. And as I always say, I think it's silly for a game to be published by multiple companies who use the same exact game, and it really just splits up the player base. And again, guys, the name of the game is Rosh Online, the return of Karos, and there's still no release date for the game yet, but I'm sure one will be coming soon enough. The next bit of news, guys, also comes on November 21st, and the news is that Battlefield Heroes launched a new game mode called Capture the Flag. Now, it's great to see EA finally adding a new game mode to this fun cartoony third-person shooter. But unlike a regular CTF game, the CTF here will feature some interesting twists and turns. This is dinosaur and mummy disguises. Not sure how that's going to work out. But Battlefield Heroes itself is a really fun, silly Battlefield-style game. It's got the same Battlefield gameplay you expect from other Battlefield, except with random silliness. I mean, the actual core gameplay is fun. It's got some cool RPG elements too that you don't see in a lot of other shooting games, but that's sort of what makes the game different. This game was actually already available, so if you do want to check it out, you can already do so on either EA's website or Area Games. Now, oddly enough, the game is also published by Area Games now, but I'm pretty sure they share the same servers. The next bit of news, guys, also comes on November 21st, and the news is that Mythos Global, the global version of the now previously shut down game from Fox or Mythos, is relaunching into closed beta on December 1st. Now, the closed beta is only scheduled to last 4 days, so I'm not sure what's going to come after that, but open beta should probably follow shortly afterwards. Now, we'll actually be having a closed beta key giveaway on MMOHut.com, which you can actually grab if you do want to give the game a chance. And as you can see from the gameplay right now, the game has the same Diablo 2 style feel and look to it. In fact, two of the game's main features are Diablo inspired in that the actual loot in the game is randomly generated, as are the dungeons. The next bit of news, guys, is actually something I forgot to mention from last week, and the news is that Atlantica Online raises its level cap and more. The game's level cap has been raised from 140 to 150, a new talent point system has also been introduced to the game. The actual update itself is actually called Rise or the Redarian, if I said that correctly. And also including the update is a new Pegasus equipment, a new set of gear available for those above level 141, as well as a new cross-server market, which I'm sure you can figure out lets players trade from across the game's 6 servers. And keep in mind, guys, this update already launched and is already available in-game. And the video you're seeing in the background is the official launch trailer for this particular update. The next bit of news, guys, comes on November 22nd, 2011, and is about Fly for Fun. And it's actually the news is that Fly for Fun V18 has already launched. I mentioned this last week, but the game's update is actually live now again as of November 22nd. Fly for Fun V18, also called Renaissance, adds 3 new mid-level dungeons to the game and over 100 new quests with improved item drop system. And by improved, I'm pretty sure they mean they upped the drop rate on a lot of items. This is actually the 18th major expansion to Fly for Fun, and it kind of shows you how some of these older MMORPGs still get a ton of updates, and Fly for Fun is still moderately popular as well. And the video you're seeing in the background is actually the V7 update trailer, but they didn't really release a V18 one quite yet, but I'm sure they will soon enough. The next bit of news, guys, also comes on November 22nd, 2011. It's definitely good news from a company called Iceberg Interactive and Masthead Studios. And the news is their game Earthrise will be going free to play in 2012. Now, the game originally launched as a pay-to-play subscription-based game, but will be turning into a free-to-play title later in 2012. And you can see from the game's graphic, it looks like a really high-budget game, and the graphics look absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I really haven't heard too much about the game up until now. Based on what I've seen already, the game is largely a sandbox-style game with unlimited skill-based progression, as well as a player-driven economy. On top of the sandbox-style gameplay, though, it still has action-based combat, PvP, territory wars, guilds, quests, specialized crafting, and more. Based on what I'm seeing in this trailer, I'm actually looking forward to giving the game a try when it does go free-to-play, though. Expect a first look then. As I said before, free-to-play is definitely the future of gaming. We've seen so many pay-to-play games go free-to-play, now even more are going free-to-play, and I suspect that trend will continue. Well, guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for games launching soon, we have Lineage 2 from NCSoft officially launching into free-to-play on November 30th, 2011. Now, I've actually speculated about Lineage 2 going free-to-play in the past, and it looks like my speculations are coming true. The game is scheduled to go free-to-play on November 30th, 2011 with the launch of the Goddess of Destruction update, which is actually the latest expansion pack for Lineage 2. And for you guys that actually haven't heard of Lineage 2, the game actually launched back in like 2003 in Korea, 2004 in North America, and has enjoyed numerous expansion packs since its original release. So it'll definitely be really cool to see the game go free to play now. And the game actually is advertising itself as a truly free game, so we'll see what that means when the game actually launches. But I suspect there'll be very little arbitrary restrictions on what you can do. Instead, the game will be supported by a cash app where you can still access all of the game's features, which is something a lot of Western games decided to kind of limit as a free-to-play game. Age of Conan, Champions Online, and like City of Heroes For example, kind of limited what you can do in-game. Looks like Lineage 2 is going to be more so actual gameplay-wise. It'll be completely free to play, and it'll be supported by a cash shop like a lot of Korean games will be. Anyway, expecting to do a first look for the game again when it goes free to play on November 30th, 2011. And yeah, guys, that's actually it for MMO news, as well as games coming soon, as well as recently launched titles. Anyway, guys, that's it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending November 27th, 2011. Now, if you want to read about or learn more about any of the news mentioned in this video, simply head on to MMOHut.com/news. And if you want to discuss anything in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/forums. Anyway, guys, this is Omer, signing off.